Earlier, I spoke about the 45-degree angle of the handle within your hand. This is important as it avoids a broken wrist grip. So broken wrist grip is where the wrist is back here, so that line is broken at the wrist. That's why it's called a broken wrist grip. Here, if the handle is in a 45-degree position, you can't have a broken wrist grip. The fact that the handle is over your wrist here allows you to keep that straight wrist right here. It's not even possible to get that bent wrist, that broken wrist grip. Okay, if that handle is here at the top, and you did not transition to a good insert, this is the broken wrist grip, and a lot of beginners have that. Now, not only can that cause issues in your forearm muscles, it can cause issues in your joint right here, and even your shoulder, because that kettlebell usually pulls out, and there is shoulder rotation and a lot of things happening that should not be happening. So, make sure that you avoid the broken wrist grip and employ a good hand insert and obtain a 45-degree angle of the handle right here. It's also for pressing. You cannot press a heavier weight when that joint of your wrist is involved. All the weight is on your wrist. Here, all the weight is on your arm. That's where it should be. Now you can progress with heavier weight. It should be said that it's not always possible to obtain a good hand insert and a 45-degree angle of that handle. It depends on how big the window is. Some classic bells have a very small window and it's very hard to get the hand in and a full hand insertion. This is why we promote always competition kettlebells. Competition kettlebells are great because they're all the same size, no matter what weight. So even if you have a 32-kilo kettlebell, it's still the same size as an 8-kilo kettlebell. And this is great. It also allows you to get used to the kettlebell. Once you get that position of that kettlebell, even if you go up in weight, it's still the same. If you are using classic kettlebells where the handles are bigger or smaller and the windows are bigger or smaller and the bell becomes bigger or smaller based on what weight you have, it's harder to get used to. And personally, I find it very uncomfortable. So for caveman training, there is only the competition kettlebell that we promote. But of course, we always say you need to be able to work with everything. And we can work with classic bells as well.